The Portrait of a Lady. Hi friends, today I'm going to tell you the story of my grandmother and me. I loved my grandmother a lot. I still cherish the time I spent with her. We lived together in the village. She would wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. All this while she would be chanting her hymns. After getting ready and eating breakfast of stale chapati with butter and sugar, we would both start for school. Yes, grandmother came to school with me. No, not to study. The school building was attached to the temple. The priest taught us the alphabet and the morning prayer, while I studied. Grandmother read her scriptures. After school, we would walk back home. Grandmother always had a stock on stale chapatis with her, which she would feed the dogs on our way home. When my parents were settled into the city, we also shifted there. Our lives changed. I started going to an English school where my grandmother would not come with me. There were no dogs to feed, so grandmother started feeding sparrows in the courtyard. Grandmother and I lost touch over time. She would ask me about school, but she did not show much interest, and she did not believe in things taught in the English school. She was distressed that there was no teaching about God and the scriptures. She rarely spoke now, mostly due to music lessons, which she considered as immoral. When I grew up, I went to the university. I lost total contact with grandmother as we no longer shared a room. She rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone. The only time now that grandmother was happy was when she was feeding the sparrows. And that, my friends, was a scene for the eyes. There were hundreds of birds. Some came and perched on her legs, others on her shoulders, some even sat on her head. She smiled, but never shooed them away. After some years, I decided to go abroad for studies. When the time came for me to leave, I was sad, but grandmother was poised. She came to drop me at the railway station, but did not cry. Her lips moved in prayer. Her mind was lost in prayer. Her fingers were busy telling the beads of her rosary. Silently, she kissed my forehead, and when I left, I cherished the moist imprint as perhaps the last sign of physical contact between us. When I came back after 5 years, my grandmother was her usual self, but pause, with a difference. She did not pray that day. She collected the women of the neighborhood, got an old drum, and started to sing. For several hours, she thumped and sang of the homecoming of warriors. Next morning, grandmother was ill. The doctor came and said that she had mild fever. But my grandmother thought differently. She said her end was near. She said that she would rather pray than waste her time talking to us. Grandmother died that day in her bed praying. The rosary fell from her hands and her lips stopped moving. She was no more. At her funeral, there were hundreds of sparrows in the courtyard, mostly. Mother thought of giving them breadcrumbs, just like grandmother did. But not one sparrow picked up a crumb. When grandmother's corpse was taken away, they flew off as quietly as they had come. Next morning, the sweeper swept the breadcrumbs into a dustbin.